It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're off from US Bank Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. First carry here for Ashton Genty. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Dart. Caught on the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
Now, that's a nice job by the defense, Kate, to actually use the 12th defender, and that is the sideline. That throw didn't give the receiver enough real estate to establish possession, and the defense understanding how to use the boundary.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Quick one to the outside by Dart. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Darts out of the shotgun. That's complete to the back, Ashton Genty. And they bring him to a halt right at that midfield strike. Down by Savon Rebel.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Dart gonna throw again. Forces that one, and It's intercepted. Picked off by Carson Schlesinger. And the Cardinals have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. When you are facing a top 10 defense, you don't expect to wait long to see him make an impact, partner, and it only took him one drive here.
Yep, this group, they didn't get that top ranking by sitting back and letting the game come to them. They get it by attacking the ball.
We've set it down from 37. First tone of the game for James Cook. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Offense in a hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Working from the gun, Williams. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And Williams is going to get them the first down with a slide at the end of it.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
First down, Williams to throw. He's got this complete to James Cook. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook will fly wide open.
Williams from the gun. Throws caught. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on the opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Come on, boys. Let's pound the run. Street. Dragon 60. Ready.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Into traffic. Complete. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Go.
Genty from the gun. Oh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Go.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Waddle makes the catch. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. Looking quickly here.
And the Vikings first down.
That's the Waddle again. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
Jalen Waddle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Cardinals' 40-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. That find for the rookie from Wisconsin. Complete. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now. Brought in by his back here. It's Genty. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
They will not get another play off. We're at the end of one. 7-0 is our score. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range.
Cowboy 80.
That's complete to Reed out left. And he's got him a nice goal to go here as he goes out at the 8-yard line.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here goes Dart to the air. It's a screen play to Genty. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings start to fight back with their first points of this game. So the back does the work that time. Brock taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings tie this game 7-7.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. For the 2nd level at the 40. The 30. Gets the 10. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals take the lead on the first play of the drive. It's a James Cook touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found his seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. On first down, here's Dart. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Dart's looking to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That's Diamond Lenore. And the Cardinals take over as he records his 10th career INT.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they got him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Williams on first down. He has room past the 25. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First down.
First down, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Complete to Matthew Golden. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Williams again. Brought in. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7. And goes to the hurry up here.
4 yards. That's another Cardinals first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
To the air yet again. Williams. He will score. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals parlay the interception into points. David Njoku, the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smartest little tweaks to his route, just like a receiver would. And it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Not deterred by that kick. He's throwing again. This is Reed working the right side. And this is a small pickup to the 39-yard line. And it's Carson Schlesinger who got over there for the stop. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're going to face third down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To the air on third and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
He connects downfield. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. How about 19 yards on fourth down, partner? And the call to go for it pays off. So first down from the 41. Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number one. Sit tight. More coming your way from US Bank Stadium after this. So first down from the 41. Clark going to throw again. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Darts out of the shotgun. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Carson Swessinger. And the Cardinals have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
Well, we're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. That's Golden working the sideline. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line. Working quickly here.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Vikings 5-yard line.
Working from the gun, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Following the sack, and they need to find 11 yards here on 3rd and goal. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a 3rd one's coming at some point.
4th down, Williams. And it's brought in. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals bum racing them to the halftime locker room. David Njoku, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Cardinals stretch their lead to 21.
Vikings 7. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. First play is going to be a give to Genty. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Rashawn Gary with that tackle.
1 yard gain.
Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart.
At the 36-yard
That throw behind his intended target. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Now, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves.
The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Go! 70 Watch the twins. Hey, smash Bravo. Check, hurt. Come 19, come 19. 19 tight, 19 tight. 7 Pirates. Ready?
They'll air it out on 3rd. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down.
Gain of 22 yards. And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Trap 60. 70 Rangers. Dragon 60.
From the gun, here's Dart. Finds Genty underneath. And they get this down to the 28. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
18 Cardinal, 19 Lion. 18 Pioneer. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Rig, Lion, rig it. Check up.
Going on 1st down, it's Dart. That's caught at the 4! And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
60 Bison, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Buffalo 18.
From the red zone on 1st. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings chop some of the lead off before the half.
Cameron Dicker.
Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Dicker to kick off.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 before heading out of bounds.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Cut out left. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. It's a gain of 22. And it's going to give the Cardinals a 1st down. On to try the field goal. Harrison Butker. Ball on the left hash. The distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
We know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile till they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
And this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Reload! Reload! Go!
Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Robinson with the return. And not a bad place for them to start, up past the 30-yard line.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your #1 objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick returner, he took matters into his own hands.
1st and 10 from the 32.
Ready to go! Vegas, Cash, yes! Yes, Cash! Watch Spurs! Watch Spurs! Watch Vegas, Vegas!
Now here's Williams. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be blocked out at the 42.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. All in left side. Gets it to the 15. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals grow the lead coming out of halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals make it a 24-point ball game.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Doesn't like what he sees, so we got a touchback. And they're going to begin this drive at the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Darts back to throw. That's complete to Reed out left. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in-cut and make the catch.
And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Cardinals side of the field. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Now Dart. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. come through the sack to bring around third down.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Third down now. Here's Dart. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down.
The number of times we see quarterbacks with his running ability make plays, critical plays on third down, it's got to be refreshing for that defense to finally see them on the right side of it.
Fourth and forever coming up. They'll go. Here's Dart. And they got home. Sacked him on fourth down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
He got some on the quick hitter. It's going to be a short pickup down to the 22. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop.
Second and 6 at the 22-yard line.
To throw is Williams. Finds him over the middle. He's going to be brought down after a gain of 5. Right up next to that line to gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and inches.
Here we go, third and less than a yard.
He's checking crack. Vegas. Vegas. Punch Spurs.
Williams to throw. And in for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. Butker to try the point after.
Harrison Butker on for the point after.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals grow their lead yet again.
45. Vikings 14. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone. So the ball is going to be placed down at the 35-yard line.
Their own 35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. To throw, here's Dart. Finds Woods. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now.
Check, Bobcat. Street.
Dart out of the shotgun. And they pick him off again. Savon Rebel with the pick. And the Cardinals take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
4 picks, 1 game, and I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Williams on 1st down. This is cut downfield by Rice. And they're going to stop him, but he's got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
That's good. Cardinals, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Looking inside the red zone. He's got it. It's in close. And he takes it down to 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Vegas, Vegas! Yes. Punch scores!
Working from the gun, Williams. And he sails that one up the end zone. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Dude, how many times have we sat in meetings and heard from offensive coordinators, you get down to this area, we got to be able to run it. You got to be able to run it. Well, you get time coverage. So you know what you should do? Run it.
What is it? On. Yes. Vegas!
3rd and goal, it's Williams. And the defender comes away with it. And the Vikings will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
Well, they're in danger going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
On 1st down, Genty. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st down now, ball at the 33.
Let's go. 60 Eagle.
From the gun, here's Dart. Dumped off to his running back. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's going to be the Vikings who have the football, Brock, but given that score, they're going to need points every time out from here on. Second and 10. Need something positive here. Back to throw. Here starts. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Carson Schlesinger. And he's going to take this one back. And he's in for the pick 6 for Arizona. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk. It could do some serious damage.
Bucker with the extra point. And the Cardinals continue piling on to this lead.
Vikings 14. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. Content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10.
Trap 60. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 70 Timberwolf. Check smash. Check smash. Ready?
Giving this to Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
He was taken down.
With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down. Trying to throw this from the gun. And for one of the few times this game, Brock, the target his way does not connect. It's incomplete. And they've got to figure things out on third down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
60 Maverick. Panther 60. Panther 60. Warrior 70. 18 Pioneer. 79 Bronco. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Mustang 19. Check out.
Third and long for him here. He has the first over the middle. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. That one hits for 30. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Here he goes, third and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Trap 60. Trap 60. Buffalo 18. Dragon 60. Pick it up. You're embarrassing us. 19 track. 19 track.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on fourth down. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. Man, forget that was fourth down. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup on any play. That gets him a first down.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on fourth down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Coming to the line for another first and 10.
Here we go. 19 Lion. 70 Timberwolf.
Dart going to throw again. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10. Quick one to the outside by Dart. And it won't matter in the end, but nevertheless, he's in for the late touchdown. The Vikings making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Vikings cut into the lead by another point.
Vikings 21. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Robinson with the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. First down, Williams to throw. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Couldn't make the hook up with Matthew Golden, so it'll be second down. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Moving quickly, try to get set again.
8 yards. And it's third down.
32, Williams. This gets the first and more. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Cardinals getting closer to their 10th win of the season. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Here's Williams again. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And 2 yards all he can get. It's third down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
They'll air it out on third. He gets it to Rice. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. Hurry up offense now as time runs down.
That's good for the Cardinals. First down. 24-yard gain on the play.
They're going to pass it here.
Arizona.
And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Cardinals throwing 6 more on the blowout. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you've got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. 19, left, 18, Hawks. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Hut, hut.
Dart setting in the throw here. It's Reed downfield, and he's got it. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. So 20 yards on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 79 Bronco, Panther, Bronco 80. Cougar 19. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 18 Rattler, 8 Buffalo 18. Warriors 70. 19 tight, 19 tight. Check go.
On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send him back to the line for 2nd.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches read and react? Read and react. You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Ready up.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Trap 60, trap, duck, Mustang 19. Ready.
Here goes Dart to the air. Downfield, this finds Waddle. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. That one goes for 31 yards. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that require.
And there's our last in image of this game. It's intercepted. So Von